Welcome to the Finding HAViK podcast. Jake and Dom here, and today we're talking to Shane Davis.
Yeah, we talk about his 20-year stint in the Marine Corps as a sniper, and now he's retired. He's been in the concrete business for quite some time.
Yeah, he in the private sector has a family of 7. They have some land, and he's teaching his family, mostly his 5 kids, the values that he's learned over his career. Most importantly, never giving up, having self-discipline, and being slightly hard-headed.
Yeah, and kind of crushing that ego and not having too high of an ego, because that was something he struggled with.
Yeah, he teaches that through just life skills, through jiu-jitsu, as well as hunting and fishing.
Yeah, we talked a lot about hunting and fishing, and some right and wrongs in that category.
Yep. All right, let's get into the podcast.
They lost the tools, they lost the way. Now they're calling for help every damn day. While some still sharpen steel and mind, step out of the flock. This is Finding HAViK.
Shane, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. We haven't met before, so this is like a new one for me. We've known everybody else that's been on the podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited just to kind of learn about your history and your background. We were talking a little bit beforehand. You weren't born in Reno. You were born...
I was actually born in Little Rock, Arkansas, and then grew up in Mississippi. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So, and then joined the Marines and then moved out west. Pretty much been out west my all adult life.
So Marines, was that like something from the very start that you wanted to do?
Well, it was kind of, so both my grandfather and my dad were in the Navy. My grandfather was actually he was on the USS Arizona in Pearl Harbor, was able to get off.
Wow.
Was able to get off and then went on to the Pacific for that whole tour theater deal. And then my dad was was with SEAL Team 4.
Okay.
Out on the East Coast there. So, of course, I got to break the mold and join the Marine Corps. So,
Yeah, can't do the same
I
thing.
can't do the same thing, right? So, and I was probably 15, 16 when I was like, you know what, I think I'm going to go do something like that. I just didn't know what at the time. But,
Sure.
yeah, in the Marine Corps, that just stuck out to me. So I don't know.
Yeah. Was it something that like you didn't know what else to do, or that was just like that was the path for you?
So I could have went to school. I could have went to Ole Miss. At the time, I was just not mentally, mature enough to go to college and have my parents pay for it and expect that I was going to have good grades and pass.
Yeah.
So I would have failed horribly. Just out of pure discipline, at that time.
Yeah, but was there something that you actually wanted to go to college for, or
No, absolutely not.
What about
I've been having this conversation. So my wife is a college professor, right? And so this is like maybe a touchy subject with respect to her, but anymore, I'm like, if a kid goes to college and they don't know what the hell they're going to college for, they should not go to college.
You're wasting money, time.
You can always go.
Yeah.
Wait until you
I'm in
know
college
what you're
now.
doing. No, are you? Yeah.
Yeah,
This
teams.
is great.
I'm in TMCC classes, but yeah, totally agree.
I went to college right out of high school, but I knew what I wanted. Like I wrote it on a piece of paper when I was 12.
Yeah.
Right. And so like I went in that certain direction and it was great. But there's so many people that they go and then they pick something that's just meaningless and then they don't make an income off of it and then they're just in debt forever.
Yeah.
Tom, I wasn't talking about you directly. And then there's like so many trade skills now that are kind of falling off that is like a better route. Go do the trade route, make money, and then if you want to go do a job, engineering or whatever, then go to school.
Yeah.
Like I feel like so many people feel like immediately they got to go.
They probably get a lot of pressure too from their parents.
Well, the thing back in the day, though, used to be like go to college to figure out what you want to do.
Yeah.
And it was like just get a degree.
Yeah.
Any
and
degree.
a lot of
get something.
jobs you had to have a degree. It didn't matter what it was in, but you had to have it. Now I think it's gone away from that a bit too.
Yeah.
And we were having a conversation. Like I said, she teaches. She's a very talented teacher, like an award-winning professor and stuff in the state of Nevada, wildly successful. And she's very focused on the kids actually learning the content. And so she's been, sorry, we're going off on a tangent here, but she's been implementing this strategy of, it's called ungrading, which is the teacher doesn't present a grade to the student assigns their own grade at the very end, dependent on how they feel like they attain the content. And so at first I hated the idea. And I feel like the initial reaction from somebody that actually like works really hard is like, that's bullshit. Like, I work really hard. I just give me the grade.
Yeah.
But what ends up happening in the background is that the kids are more focused on retaining the content than just performing well on a test or performing well on a homework.
Yeah.
They're actually just trying to absorb. And that's what really college is supposed to be about. But everybody's gotten so far away.
It's true.
It's turned into just a stupid
The
piece of paper.
biggest thing I learned from college was how to take a test. Like, really, like, that is what I'll say. I learned that the best. I got really
100%.
good at it.
Yeah. And I've even caught myself. I mean, this is my second year. And I've caught myself just data dumping.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I did last year. You know what I mean? I mean, and it very well could be because I have a full-time job, full-time family,
Yeah.
full-time, you know, so it could very well be that, but
Have to do the HAViK podcast.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But that's exactly it,
Yeah.
right? If you can like look back and actually retain that content, that's so much more meaningful for the money that you're paying and all that kind of stuff. And so a lot what she's seen though is that the students tend to grade themselves lower
Yep.
than she would have given them the grade. So they have a discussion at the end. She's like, "What grade do you think you should have gotten?" And they'll be like, "B plus." She's like, "No, and you've retained all of this. Like, you've done all of these check marks. You've showed me comprehension of all these topics. You deserve an A."
Yeah.
And then they'll kind of like light up. They're always harder on themselves. And that is where I'm like, oh, the trades are that way, though. The trades are about comprehension of an actual topic.
Yeah.
You have to perform, you have to test
Yeah.
and show that you understand how to weld or whatever that trade is.
Yeah.
So she's flipping it around, just going all the way back around to where
Yeah.
the trades are. And it's super interesting to me.
Going
That
back
was interesting.
on the flip side, did you choose the Marines with a particular job in mind? Because I know some people who go in looking for something
They
specific.
call it like an open contract, you know, which
Yeah.
which is I think a disastrous idea because I mean I remember sitting to answer your question. Yes, I joined just the 03 XX field, so infantry field, which has you know everything from special operations all the way to you know just infantry guys, right?
Yeah.
But the open contract piece, I mean, guys would go in or gals would go in open contract, and then you know you sit there and look at them, and they're reading off everybody's jobs at, like when you're done, and it's like, oh, this dude, he's a motor T mechanic, right? Nothing against that, but I could tell that he's like, dude, I didn't want to do that. You know? And so, well, why'd you sign up for open
Yeah.
contract?
Yeah,
then?
that's
You
not
know
why
what's
I
going to
came
happen.
here. Yeah.
They're going to assign you a job that you probably don't want to do. You know,
They just
So-
have holes to fill, right? And
yeah,
everybody-
absolutely. They're just like, oh, cool. You're going there. You're going there. You're going there. Unless you have a contract established and solidified, then you're not going to.
And I assume most of the open contracts are you're filling the holes that nobody wants.
100%.
You're guaranteed pretty much
Yeah,
something you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want.
You're guaranteed to do something that nobody else wants to do. Yeah.
Some of that based on you do ASVAB for
Yeah.
Marine. Yeah. Some of
Yeah.
that is based on that, right?
Yeah, a lot of it. I mean, yeah, crazy. A lot of it's based off your ASVAB. I mean, and really for operational stuff, I mean, if you want to get into special operations, it's all, you know, your GT score. What is your GT score overall, which is your general technical, which is, I think, made up of, it's like arithmetic, reasoning, paragraph comprehension, and word knowledge.
Okay.
So if you didn't have like a 110 or even a 105 on that, you know, which is really not hard to achieve. You know, it's basic stuff. You're kind of pigeonholed to just kind of one specific set. But
I assume the goal on that though is about problem solving, right? They want to see how you
Correct.
solve problems.
yeah, a lot of it.
Comprehend
Yeah,
information.
yeah.
Yeah.
Paragraph comprehension. Read this paragraph. Give me your take on it. Right, like tell me what it's about. Type stuff.
So you went in and did open contract?
No, I signed up for 0311 at the
Okay.
time, which is infantry.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went into just infantry school, and then from there I went over to the Scout Sniper side, which is 0317.
Okay.
So, and there's all kinds of 03XX, like it's 03, 11, 0321, 0317. It's different specialties within your combat arms stuff. But,
And what year was that?
so I joined in June 1st of 2004.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were in the thick of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So June 1st, 2004, joined and went to School of Infantry, went straight to a team out in Virginia and deployed right after that. So
Right
that
away.
was 2005. Yeah, summertime 2005. So
So once you deployed, right? I'm assuming that there's a lot of learning that happens on that side of things, right? You learn on the job
Yeah.
in the thick of it, right?
Yeah, OJT stuff. You're gonna learn the hard lessons on deployment, and you're gonna learn still hard lessons back at school, but it's really gonna be a lot of it's OJT.
Yeah.
You learn all that stuff there. Learn it when you're in a hide site. How to keep yourself awake with Tabasco bottles and putting freaking chew in your eyes to like stay awake, right? I mean, and that's all stuff that we had to do to just learn. I mean, and it's all OJT really. I mean, a lot of guys, you don't get good at school.
Yeah.
You go past school, you go past sniper school, right? And then when you're done, and then you're still a new guy, right? You're still learning all this stuff, and then actually how to operate and be stay alive.
So tying that back to civilian life, and not to talk about the whole college thing again, but what I see a lot of times too is that kids that go straight into college, they lose what the real world is like, right? So they'll go through college and they'll graduate at 23 or 24, and then all of a sudden they're green again. It's that freshman kind of thing, right? Then now they have to learn how to be an adult and have a job and what the real world's like. Whereas like when you're in college, you have this like, I don't know, different lifestyle. I'd imagine that it's not the same, but you have that pre-deployment to post-deployment.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept, man, because it's funny. We would always hear, man, I can't wait to get out and get in the real world. Dude, I'm so done with this, man. I'm tired of being on this 20-mile road.
interesting.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get out of this and just go to the real world, man. And then it's like, in retrospect, you sit back and look at it now, and I'm like, dude, we had a guaranteed paycheck on the 1st and the 15th. We had freaking chow whenever we needed it, right? We know we're going to be able to go to sleep tonight somewhere and be fine.
Yeah.
And then you get out and you're like, hold on. Like
deployed to
hold on.
this
Yeah.
super foreign place.
Yeah.
Nothing's on, and you want it to be on a timeline, but
Yeah,
probably
totally.
isn't most of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you get to the real world, right? Which is the real world at that point, because you're in a whole other subset of humans and arena essentially. And then you get to the real world, and it's like it's a shock because nothing's guaranteed. It's hard. It really is. I mean, it's harder. It's and I joke about it now because you think you're tough, and then you get out and you realize now I don't have a paycheck coming in on the 1st and 15th. I've got to go find a job and support my family.
Yeah.
So the real world is it's rough, man, when you get out. So it's kind of the same as college kids too. Yeah, as soon as they're done with college, now it's like there's no shelter, there's no umbrella anymore. To now it's you, right?
So, I mean, I imagine what you're going to try to do though is you're going to try to pair those skills that you learned and apply them as much as you can to the real world, quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
So one of the big things that we've like talked about ahead of time was self-reliance, right? So self-reliance is going to be one of those things is that you have the skills within you, or you have everything you need to make yourself successful. So like, how do you go about doing that? I guess talk about when you went into that real world, what was the transition like, and how did you start applying that stuff?
So I think the biggest piece was that I realized real quick was just the attitude, right? It's real simple, man. You get into the real world, quote unquote. It's all about the attitude and how you look at the day. And 99% of your day to be successful is right time, right place, right attitude.
Yeah.
Everything else will fall everything else will fall into place, right? So, having that established and just kind of your ingrained in you at a younger age in the military, that's, I mean, I got to be there at 6:15. Cool. I got the collared shirt tucked in. Awesome. No problem. I'll be there and I'll have a smile on my face, right?
Yeah.
That's the first part. You got that knocked out. And it's funny to see how many people fail just at that piece, just the basics.
Why do you think people fail at that though?
Either they haven't been taught it, or they just don't have the self-discipline, or have never been taught the self-discipline to go out and just essentially do the right thing. You know what time to be there. You know the attitude you're supposed to have, and I think that's really, they've never been taught it.
I'm curious the kind of combination, because when you're deployed, you're in a team, right?
Yeah.
But you have to take care of yourself. Kind of that combination of where learning, being in a team, but also knowing that you are, at the end of the day, you're the one who is taking care of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that wasn't really a question, but
yeah,
elaborate.
Yeah. So how do you're saying, so like Where do you find time to take, like, have your own self-care if you're on
Yeah.
a team?
Yeah.
Mm.
Or you don't because you're
That's a good one.
You're deployed in a war zone. And
Yeah.
you're
yeah.
just
Yeah.
trying to stay
I mean,
alive.
the self-care, I mean, small team, you're operating small teams like that, small sniper teams or whatever. It's a, I mean, that's a tough question, really. I mean, I don't really remember self-care. I remember taking showers with water bottles, like that was pretty
Yeah.
sweet. After 31 days
Well,
of
yeah.
not being able to take a shower, you know what I mean?
I
You know,
didn't
but
think
like-
you were taking bubble baths.
Yeah, there's no
Like,
loofahs and stuff,
I
man.
didn't
It's
think you were getting your
yeah. I think a lot of the
pedicures.
self-care thing, you get a lot of you get a lot of self-care from your team.
Just like the brotherhood side of it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
like,
and it's
Yeah.
more so
really
just
great.
like, knowing that somebody's got your back,
Yeah.
right? That if I need to take a 30-minute nap, dude, like you got it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So a lot of the self-care side was really just kind of relying on your teammates.
Going off of
So-
self-care, it's so we asked you like questions ahead of time, and we asked you what your schedule is like, and you said something in your schedule that stood out to me because I'm starting to see it more and more often. Is you have you have quiet time
Quiet time.
in the morning.
Yeah.
I would imagine that falls into self-care.
Sure.
What does that quiet time look like? Is there like a ritual? Is it meditation?
Man, so I sit by my fire in my living room, and that's for me a coffee in front of the fire, not looking at a screen, not looking at my phone, no music, nothing. Just I can hear the fire burning. For me is that's very therapeutic. And I try to really just limit thoughts.
Okay.
Focus on living in the moment with my coffee in front of the fire, and that's all I'm doing for 15, 20 minutes, whatever it ends up being. And that's really, and I've really found that that's been helpful, just with every day, just kind of getting ready for the day. You're just having that 15, 20 minutes of just straight quiet time. Try to keep your mind as blank as possible. Nothing, not thinking about
No
work,
outside
nothing about
influence.
family, kids are sleeping, nothing to think about. Just have silence.
So it's hard to do now.
It's so difficult.
You
man.
you
Yeah.
saying that, I'm like, man, I'm such a piece of shit. I need to be doing that. Like that needs to be something I need to add back into my day because I'm not starting this business. The worst part of this entire experience so far has been social media. And I've said this a bunch of times.
This is a recurring,
This is
a
a
recurring
thing.
theme.
But it's
Yeah.
I hate that I had to bring it into my life because I didn't have it before.
Yeah.
And I find myself stupidly addicted to it. Where I'll grab my phone, and that's the thing that pops up. And that's not even what I grab my phone for.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to figure out ways to balance that. It makes me think of that, right? Because in the morning, first thing I get up is I have like a list of things that are, in my day that I need to accomplish. But a lot of times I'll go to open that list and frickin' Instagram will
There it
pops
is.
up and it's there and it's
Yeah.
bam, it's gone.
Yeah.
And trying to, I guess, maybe get that quiet time and maybe like quiet my mind so that it's
Yeah.
in that mindset.
It's the conscious effort.
Yeah.
Is really.
Is that something you've done?
No, man. That's
Forever?
been over the last few years.
Okay.
Honestly, like never really had the I would say mentality for it. It's always go, 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 go. And then I'm like, dude, just turned 40. I'm like, everything's going by so fast.
Yeah.
Just
Do you
need to
feel
slow
your
it down.
focus changed
It did, yeah.
after starting to
Totally.
just take that little bit of time in the morning?
Yeah, I think so. And it's a lot more clear. I feel like there's a lot more, I guess educated decisions happening,
Yeah.
past that. If you have that time just to kind of let your brain wake up slowly versus just straight to the screen, right? Straight to an email. Oh man, I forgot. Oh, I've got to get this, concrete quote to this guy. Like,
Well,
it doesn't
dopamine
matter.
box.
That dude's not even awake yet.
There's
know?
also probably the you have to get up early enough to give yourself that time. Because if you wake up with the rest of the family,
Correct.
no quiet time.
No,
right?
quiet time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I wake up too late, I'm stuck in traffic. So then that really
Oh,
gets me
yeah.
going for the day,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, it gets me going.
What are
So-
the general ages of your children?
So my oldest son is just turned 14, and my youngest son is he's 3.5. He's about to be 4.
Oh, big, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we've got 5 together, same mom and dad. Got to clarify. Everybody's like blended, like no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my oldest son Eli, he's 14, and then my next daughter, she's her name's Annalise. She's 12, about to be 13, and then Griffin, he's 7, about to be 8, and then Lillian, she's just turned 6, and then Sven, he's about to be He's about to be 4.
You guys done?
Oh yeah. yeah. The last couple were not meant to happen, but that's all right.
It happens.
Yeah.
You're not the
They're
only
awesome.
one.
I wouldn't trade them for anything. You know.
Yeah.
You seem like
Yeah.
a super calculated person, just like the way you talk. I don't know, maybe I'm shooting that wrong, but it's like you seem like your days could be very like, this is exactly how I'm going to structure everything.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of how you go about things?
I mean, that's how I manage stress, honestly.
Okay.
I manage stress by just really making the day as fine detail as I can.
Is that something that you developed over time? Or
No,
is that
because the
something you've had
military, no. The military is completely like chaos 24/7. There's no guide, there's no,
They
there's,
make it seem like everything's
no, it's
calm.
horse, that's horse crap, dude. There's no,
That's just when you're in school, right?
Yeah.
Everything else is
yeah. Boot camp structured during the day. And then you go to the fleet or you go to your teams, and then it's like you're constantly getting pulled to do different stuff, right? There's no structure really.
How does that structure work with 5 kids?
Well, I mean, my wife's the same. She's awesome. She's got her bachelor's degree in occupational therapy. COVID kicked off.
Oh,
You
wow.
guys saw my thing.
Yeah.
She started homeschooling.
Yeah.
So she's pretty detailed. I mean, she's up by, she'll wake up sometimes before I leave and we'll have a coffee together. But typically she's up by 6:30, 7 at least. And, she lets kids sleep till, whatever, 8:30 and gets them up, gets them ready for, school in the house and does the whole breakfast thing and all that. But she's pretty,
So
pretty
she's
squared
also
away.
structured then.
She's very structured.
I know it's tough because some of them are really young, but have you seen a difference in your kids since you've been homeschooling the last 5 years, 6 years?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the original concern, and I think is like with most people, is socialization.
Yeah.
Right? Are they going to be
Yeah.
weird? And then it's like, well, who are they socializing with if they go to public school, right? Like, probably not the people I want them to socialize with.
It's true.
So, so that's been I guess the big difference that I've seen them is honestly their ability to have conversations with adults.
Yeah.
Even the little ones. My daughter, Lily, she won't even talk to me sometimes. So that's a different story, but she's just she's very kind of reserved. She doesn't talk to many people. She doesn't trust them, but I don't know why. So I just made it sound she doesn't trust me, but she didn't like me for like the first 3 years of her life. So, I was like, yeah. But I mean, watching my little boy, Sven, he's 3.5 and, he's about to be 4, but he'll have a full on conversation with an adult, and same thing with my other boy, Griffin, and Annalise, and of course my older boy. And I think it's just purely because of that. They're constantly talking to Christine, my wife, and they go to these homeschool groups and
Yeah, the co-op stuff.
the co-op stuff. Yeah, they're in a couple different co-ops. So they're constantly talking to different adults. They have to do presentations, you
Yeah.
know, and so I think the communication is really what I've seen kind of grow with them over the
Yeah.
last few years.
I
But
feel like there's like when we were younger, homeschooling had like a weird like vibe to it. It was like the parents that
yeah,
like just the kids were at home just raising themselves, right?
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
my cousin, his wife homeschools or
Yeah.
teaches both of their sons, and it's very impressive.
yeah,
There's like all of these programs and the co-ops and this whole infrastructure that's built around it.
yeah.
It's a great education.
It really
I
is.
think a lot of people don't know that there are there is still structure and community within that. You're not just sequestering your kids at home.
But
remember-
that's how it used to be though. Back when we were kids, there was
was
no
you-
co-ops or anything.
Yeah.
It was
You were at home.
You were at
raising-
You were at
home,
home for
and
in your
you're-
underwear running around.
and then
Yeah.
you weren't socializing because like
Yeah.
sports were school related only, and then
Correct.
depending on where you live.
The weird
So-
kids were the homeschool
yeah.
kids, right?
There's always the weird kids or
Yeah.
kids that got expelled. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you guys know, got it.
Yeah, you're home
I'm
for a
tracking.
reason.
I know. Yeah, I know who you are now. You know,
Yeah.
and now it's different. I mean, we went to this. My oldest daughter, she had the homeschool dance, and I'm like, this is going to be a complete crapshoot, right? And we go to Livingstone South Church. Go there, and I mean, there was like 600 homeschool kids, and if you didn't know that was a homeschool deal, you would have no clue.
It just looks like a school dance.
Looks like a school dance.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's dressed up to the
And they know each other, right?
And they all know
Yeah,
each
they're
other.
Yeah,
You know,
that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
you know, but yeah.
Yeah, we got really fortunate that there's that charter school out here in northern Spanish Springs that it's a lottery system to get in,
Sure.
but it's not part of like the Washoe County system.
Yeah.
And so they kind of play by their own rules. It's a very like a STEM school.
Yeah.
and,
Good.
and we're really happy with that education, but that my son's getting. But
That's perfect.
Yeah, it's a crapshoot out there because some of the schools are.
Well, North Valley's, man, that's where
Yeah.
we would go, and I'm like, dude, no.
Is that
not happening.
why? I mean,
No.
you guys started in school.
We did. They started in school because
Or at least
we
older
were.
ones.
Yeah, they started in school, and then we transitioned to the homeschool model. I think North Valley is just for us, like talking to other people that go there. I'm like, I don't see a value in that.
What I
Right
like
on, but-
about the way that my cousin's wife's doing it, I don't know about you guys, but she's baking in life skills. So
Oh, yeah.
there's like baking, maybe even be pun intended.
Maybe
No,
literally
they
baking.
did.
She's
Literally,
literally
yeah,
like there's like
100%.
life skills, like they're learning how to do their finances and their
Yes.
banking and like
Yeah.
actual real shit. right?
Absolutely,
And you can
dude.
bake in this stuff, and
Yeah.
it's actually really kind of cool because now they're
Yes.
learning both the math and the science side, but then
Yeah.
boom,
Yeah.
you get this actual like, hey, someday you're gonna be on your own. You're
Yeah.
gonna have to know how to do this.
You got to
shit.
make your own
So,
bread loaf, you know,
yeah.
like, yeah. So the sourdough thing, that's been
Yeah.
that's a big old, yeah.
So we're supposed to do it. So we've been trying to set up this. We're trying to set up a podcast where we're gonna bake bread with this friend of ours that
Yeah.
does it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it. We just haven't been able to schedule it.
Dude, it's gnarly, man. It's like a whole little, it's funny, man. It's a little community. All the sourdough moms get together. And I'm like, you guys have a good time. I'm bailing, dude.
It's funny. I have a sourdough starter.
Do you?
Yeah, and I use it, but I don't care about it that much.
Yeah, you gotta like care it, talk to it. Like you gotta do a bunch
People
of weird
start
stuff.
talking to me about their sourdough, and I'm like, I just don't care about
Yeah, I
it.
don't know.
I put it in the fridge. If it dies, it dies. You know, I'm
It's
glad
crazy.
you have a hobby, and it's cool. It is cool, but someone who did it for a very long time told me, they said, look, it should be simple. If it's not simple, you're working too hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I always took that with me. And now when people start telling me you got to do this and you got to do that, I'm like, nah.
You made that loaf the other day and brought it
Yeah.
here, and it was freaking awesome.
Yeah,
So
that was,
Yeah.
I was
keep doing whatever you're doing.
Just-
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
A lot of them are old too. There's like old sourdoughs.
Yeah,
There's
I
that
have
one
a
that's like
family
100
friend.
years old. From
Yeah,
some
my wife,
family.
she's got it. Hers is 20 years old.
Holy
Yeah,
crap!
it's crazy. We've been carrying this freaking jar.
I have a
around.
family friend who they have their sourdough
nuts, dude.
from their homestead ranch out by Austin.
Wow.
That's almost probably about 150.
Oh yeah,
Close to 200 years old.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I kind of find that to be gross.
Well, it's not the same exact
I
thing.
know. I
Yeah.
realize. I'm not that dumb, but like at the same time, I'm like,
Yeah, that's
that
weird.
jar is that old. I don't know. It's like,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
no, you put it in a new. Every
Did
time
you ever
share
wash that
it,
jar?
yeah.
Every time you share it, you put it in a new jar.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Propagate it out.
yeah. It's not the exact same cultures. It's
Yeah.
just the same. It's like a plant.
Yeah.
If you had a house plant that was from
Like
or
we
flower seeds, I don't know.
We've got a house plant that was my great grandmother's.
Oh, neat.
It's one of the ones I don't know the name of it. Like I should know the name of that, but
The amount of pressure that is to get a plant from your.
well,
grandma.
it's been passed down, and then it continues to grow, and then it breaks off, and you regrow it.
Yeah.
And it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'd be like, no, thank you.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't want.
I got a shotgun from my grandfather, and I was really happy about that because that I can use. A
Yeah.
plant, it would
just
die.
sits there.
It would
Yeah.
just die, and then I'd feel really guilty that I was
Yes.
the one that ended it.
yeah.
So you on your day to day work is concrete work.
Yep.
You own your company, correct?
No, I
Oh,
work for 3D Concrete here. in
Oh,
town.
you okay? Sorry.
Yeah, I run a concrete company. I run the operations and sales.
Got it.
essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For 3D.
So, yep.
Got
yep.
it. So you have like what 60 people underneath you?
Yep. There's about 60 employees right now. Most of them drivers.
Okay.
And then I've got an aggregate pit down in Dayton.
Yep.
And that's got 20 or so employees down there just mining. They're just turning rocks essentially.
So big picture wise, out of all of the skills that you've learned over your very interesting career, right? Between the military and then now and your family life, what is like the one thing that you feel like you couldn't do without?
As far as the skill set,
Yeah. Like what's the one thing you rely on every single day?
probably attention to detail. I mean, and then observation. I mean, I would say I would say the observation for sure. Observation, attention to detail. I mean, is the
Yeah.
big pieces. I mean, that's just that in itself will keep you alive. It'll you're if you're constantly observing and kind of assessing the situation, that's invaluable to me.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is when you see people driving every day, they're just like on their phones, which we're all guilty. I text and drive. Everybody texts and drive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but you see it over and over again, and then you see people that are, you know, just not paying attention at all to what's going on around them. You know, and that's very bad.
How long we skipped past this, but how long were you in the military and like how many tours?
20 years, yeah. So I did
Okay.
20 years. So 10 years active, 10 years reserve.
Okay.
Then did five deployments.
Did did going reserve help you come home and kind of back into society
did.
a little bit? Because
It
I know
did.
that that's something that a lot of people struggle with.
It did. It totally did. Which, I mean, honestly, my last duty station, Bridgeport, California, was
Yeah.
great. I mean, it was almost like you're not in the military because we were
Yeah.
always in civilian clothes, climbing or
Just in
skiing.
the mountains, yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got to, you know, you're doing multi-pitch climbing, and you've got to,
Man,
you've got a
so you
one-star.
train on this mountain. It's called Mount Emma. And when way back in the day, do you know this? So Emma is Sonora Pass there.
Yeah,
That mountain that's really pointy right as you kind of come around Sonora Pass.
You're-
It's like right off the training center there.
you're talking Lost Cannon Peak.
I always grew up with Mount Emma, but way back in the day, they had originally slated it for a ski resort,
Oh, okay.
and then the government took it, and
Yeah.
then they just get to play on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when I was a kid, I always wanted to build a ski resort there, but
I mean, it would be epic. There is
Yeah.
one back there.
So
That's awesome.
hunting, fishing, then. So you're just now getting into fishing.
Yeah, I mean, I just now. But hunting, man, I've been hunting, shoot, my whole life, really.
Yeah. How's Nevada treating you?
Good. I just got my elk tag last year.
oh good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Filled it.
Oh, yeah.
Where'd you get it?
Ely, so 111.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, it
good
was
unit.
such a, man, I took my oldest son out with me, which we all went. We got a spare van, so we go camp.
Yeah.
So we took the van out, everybody, and so they were all kind of off, goofing off, doing their own thing. And then Eli, my oldest son, yeah, man, he spotted him day 2. We lost him, picked him up on day 6, and then
That's awesome.
ended up stalking in on him, dropped the hammer. It was just a great experience.
And for your kid too.
Dude, that was invaluable, man. And,
Yeah.
you know, and it's ironic too, because I had a Swarovski spot and scope.
Yeah.
Right. So we get down to the elk, and I'm like, you know, we get it packed out, get back to the cabin, get back to the Sprinter van where we're staying, laying out gear, as you know, just lay out our gear, make sure we got
Oh,
everything.
God, I know where you're going with this.
What are we missing, right? And I see my son's face, and he just ghost white. And he's like, I don't know where the spot and scope is. And I'm like, well, just retract your steps, dude. He starts kind of losing it, right?
no.
And I'm like, dude, I don't even care, man. Like, we just filled our elk tag.
Yeah.
We can get another spot and scope, right? We're not going to get another elk tag for 12 years, at
Yeah,
least.
at least.
Maybe 12 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're
You
lucky.
know, if you're lucky, you know, and, you know, so just kind of explain it to him, man. It's more about the time that we've had here is more important than that spot and scope. So don't let it ruin your day. It's not a big deal, right? It was awesome, man. It was just a great experience.
Ish was that spotting scope?
Yeah. Oh, we found it.
Where
Trust me.
now?
Oh, I said, dude, yeah.
Sorry, I thought
Yeah,
you
the
just
next
left it
morning,
up there.
no, heck no,
I was
dude.
like,
I
you
said,
were
We're
the
gonna
most
go double
chill
check.
person. That's
dude,
okay.
I was like, so we're gonna get back up top. And we're gonna retrack our whole steps
Yeah.
down
Do
the
our due
stalk.
diligence, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course, we go across the top of the rock face. I mean, it was wide open. Like anybody else who went up there would have picked it up. You know.
Still, was it just on the tripod out in the open?
Well, he fell off his pack.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. So we developed another internal family SOP who have dummy cordoned our gear to our pack now. So
Love it.
yeah. So we learned how to do bowling
Family
knots real quick.
SOP.
but-
Yeah. It's definitely like one of those things you learn those kind of lessons quick and you
100%.
just don't do them again.
Dude,
I want to know some of
absolutely.
your other family SOPs.
Yeah.
What are like the
Family
high
SOPs,
That's
that's
what you
the
said.
thing.
Family
know.
SOPs.
Yeah,
What are the
family
highest
SOPs.
priority?
Man, that's a good one.
Do you guys call them family SOP?
No.
Oh,
that's-
you just
you
said
call
that.
it.
I
Like,
just said
that's what
SOP.
you called
Yeah,
it.
just standard operating procedure,
know,
right?
but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought
I
you
like
like
it,
walk in
yeah.
your
Yeah,
house.
no,
and
no,
you're
no,
like,
no.
input-
we're not that structured. Yeah, yeah. No, it's
There's
I
a
mean,
binder on the
No.
table.
yeah, no. I mean, med kits in the van really is the
Yeah.
biggest piece, but
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it in a previous podcast about having our a friend of mine has a son. His son is my son's like best friend. We were talking about like, how do you get them into hunting and fishing, challenge them, push those boundaries, those limits and stuff on them without pushing them too far where
Yeah.
they melt. But it's difficult for those situations because I wanted to take Nico. My brother ended up having a spike elk tag in the same unit actually, late in December.
Oh, late season.
Yeah. And it's tough country there because it's all wilderness.
Very tough. Yeah.
And I wanted to take him. My brother also has been like waiting for a tag for a while, and I was like, I don't really want to mess it up. If it was my tag, I would have taken him for sure. And we also, with it being December, like, I don't know if we're going to be in 2 feet of snow
Correct.
or what.
Yeah.
We ended up packing that thing out in t-shirts because it's ridiculous this year.
Yeah.
And they're like too hot.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a grueling pack out because the way the wilderness was, you can't drive into it, and they were at the foothill of the mountain. And so you're like, oh, they're only at the foothill. Like, this is going to be great. Well, that peak is like 12,000 feet.
Yeah.
And the foothill to get to like the base of the mountain on the foothill was like 3.5 miles, and it was like 1,000 feet of elevation. But it didn't look bad, especially when you're looking through your spotting scope or whatever.
It's right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, it's just right there.
It just beat us up. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't know it was. We talked about it, and that is mentally we weren't prepared for that one. So sometimes you like look at it, you're like, this is gonna suck, and you like turn your brain into this mode of like, just go into a dark place, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
That one we were like, do, and
Yeah.
like my knees are hurting. Why are my knees hurting right
Yeah.
now? And you just lost it because I just didn't train myself.
Yeah.
I guess I digress back to the point where it's cool to get your kids into it because you're now teaching them that skill.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a great opportunity to like,
Yeah.
okay, like let's retrack our steps and how do we find the spotting
Yeah,
scope?
absolutely. And then we went right back to the last known point, right? And we found it right there. So,
Yeah.
but I got him. Yeah, I got him I had a archery tag in Colorado, so I got him into that.
Nice.
Um,
How'd you do it
yeah.
with archery? Because
dude, it was horrible. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it sucked. It sucked, man. It was last day. We were out there visiting some friends, just standing there, and last day of the deal. And then I'm getting up early. I'm like, whatever, and my wife wakes up and she's like, why don't you take Eli with you? And I'm like, I'm taking him out there, dude. It's the last day. All right. At first I was like, no. And then I'm like, whatever. It's the last day. We're not going to see anything anyway. Dude, so we get out, man. It's like we hike in 4 miles, get stung by bees. I've got like this much water in my Nalgene left, no cell service. I hear this bull bugling, and this thing walks out 50 yards in front of me. And I remember pulling back, and I've got it on him. I got my 50-yard pin on him, and I listened to Eli breathing hard, and we just got lit up by bees. I mean, lit up, dude. His face is swollen, and I'm like, I got no cell service. It's 4 miles back. This much water. You know what I mean? And I didn't let the trigger. If it was me, I just by myself, I would have done it and then hiked back, got cell service. But but for him to be there, it was cool that I didn't get it, but he was able to see like, this is it. And then getting back, telling my wife, like, you wouldn't imagine what happened today. Yeah.
Well,
imagine this.
Like, he comes back and says,
dude, we were all,
like, oh,
we had just marks all over us. It was horrible. Dehydrated,
Well, explaining why
Yeah.
you decided it wasn't a smart decision to pull the trigger at that time.
Oh,
right?
at that
Taking
point.
into all the factors.
Oh, we could have very well had I didn't know at the point. I didn't know if he was allergic to bees. I could hear him breathing, and I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't need to have an elk down and then
I got
try to
nothing.
get your kid out.
Oh, dude. It would have been a bad time. So, and I think honestly, man, that could have very well turned him off to it.
100%. Yeah. You could have made the experience so miserable.
And then this experience, the Ely hunt, man, dude, I shot him across the canyon, and we traversed down, and the side by side was 2 miles like this. So it was the best pack out possible. So
I always think like antelope hunts and that kind of stuff would be the best way to introduce him into the big game.
Mm-hmm.
He comes trucker hunting with me. That kid can hike. Like, I'll go up there, and I always he has to pack his own water and his own food and all that. He has to have his own pack. He's got a little bino harness.
that's cool.
And we just send it.
You don't offer him snacks every 5 minutes?
What?
You don't offer him snacks every 5 minutes?
I don't know.
When I've chucker hunted with you, you're like, you need a snack?
Oh,
Hey,
it's
Mom,
because I'm the
you need a
master.
snack?
Yeah.
I'm
I'll-
like, no,
I'll,
good,
like,
I've got my stuff.
Yeah. I
He's
was
just like,
confused
"You
for a
need a
second.
snack?"
Well, because I thought that's what you were saying, and I was like, we only went hunting that one time.
I
Was I
know.
that bad about it?
No, it's just,
So
I think
I-
you were really worried that I was hungry.
When I'm hunting, I snack the entire time. So I normally have like my cargo pants. There's like gummy bears and shit
Yeah.
in them, and
Oh yeah.
like a Sour Patch and all sorts of
If you
crap.
had told me you had
totally.
gummy bears, I probably would have changed my mind. No, I'm
I
just
have
kidding.
so much junk.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he has to pack his own stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta
That's
teach
awesome.
him that. I've been struggling with the archery stuff because, especially with mule deer hunting in Nevada,
It's hard.
there's times where I'm going to be like, hey, there's a deer over there. I'm going to go stalk in on it. I might be gone for 4 hours. Like, you just
Totally.
don't know. You're
You don't know.
laying in the sagebrush
And
waiting
that
for the
time-
opportunity.
I found that time just goes by so quick, dude.
Yeah.
He had a muzzleloader tag up in north of Winnemucca in 5-1, junior muzzleloader for mule deer, which he ended up filling. And I remember the stalk in, and I'm like, we're stalking, and he's got his gun, and I'm like, dude, we were literally out there for like 2 hours, but it felt like we were out there for 5 minutes. you
Yeah.
know? And
But he was with you. I was like worried that like Nico's going to be like 200 yards back, sitting in the sagebrush for 4 hours,
yeah,
like not knowing what to do.
Oh yeah,
Like confused because
Sure.
I'm not, because pulling them in on like a mule deer is hard enough to get close to by yourself.
Mhm.
It was, hey, 1 is 2 and 2 is 4 or whatever.
yeah,
It's just all the smell and the
Yeah.
movement. And I don't know. It's definitely, I've been thinking about switching back to rifle just so that I can start hunting with them.
yeah.
But then I'm not going to get any tags. So it's like this catch-22 of like, well, we can hunt every 3 years, or I can get a tag probably every year.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's tough.
Gotta wait till he's old enough for
I know.
tags, and then he can get a tag.
That's it. He's going to do hunter safety this spring.
Yeah.
Cool.
Stuff. He shoots. We do like work on firearm safety a lot. So that's like my big thing right now with him is just understanding that it's a tool and that you have to treat it accordingly, and understanding how to check the firearm, how to handle the firearm. So that's what we're focused on right now. Anyway, hunting is the fun part.
Yep.
Once you understand the actual
Oh, yeah.
the weapon. So that actually leads me to something I do want to talk about with you, which is you are friends with Gabe Smith, who's been on the podcast for Precision Resilience, and you've been working with him on that. So maybe you can talk about what you've been doing with Gabe a little bit.
Yeah. So Gabe started his company, I can't remember, a year ago.
About a year ago, I think.
A year ago or so. And I've kind of pulled away from the teaching piece, but Gabe reached out and Gabe came through a class that I taught. And so just kind of facilitating him and helping him out with kind of growing his business essentially. But yeah, it's been good. I mean, I think we're going to do a course in like April or something like that.
That's what he's
April,
telling
May
me.
timeframe.
Yeah, I think HAViK's going to try to be involved in some shape.
Do it. Yeah, totally.
So, yeah, we're going to try to sponsor the event or work with him. I was just kind of talking to him the other day.
Yeah.
And see what we can do to help.
Yeah, totally.
So it's great.
Totally. Because I mean, he's wanting to do it as a full-time, kind of his full-time gig, which is cool. So yeah, so just really facilitating and trying to help out guys that are wanting to I guess, do more,
Yeah.
within that industry, I guess. So
Is the event you're talking about? Is it? I'm assuming rifle. Is it?
yeah, it'd be rifle.
Okay,
It'd be a quote unquote a recce course.
Yeah.
Which is really just a scope carbine class. So,
Nice.
but it takes the whole fundamentals of marksmanship, really to the T. Because a lot of folks, and I really encourage guys bringing 223s and 5.56s,
Yeah.
because everybody's mentality on it is, oh, that's a good 200-yard gun, but we don't do that at ours, right? We're engaging, essentially man-sized targets at 700 yards, right?
Yeah.
And so getting guys to understand that, and it's all about the wind, it's all
Yeah.
about the wind. And once I teach people how to read that wind, and teach them how to make an educated, calculated decision on what they're going to do with their reticle,
Yeah.
to hold for that, it's not like, oh, I'm going to hold a school bus, lengths left. It's like, no. Here's the equation. I gave you the equation.
Yeah.
Run the quick wind equation, right, and then
Yeah.
make an educated decision off that.
So you're not
And-
using any tools for those. You're actually
don't.
making them take a windage and then calculate
Absolutely.
it out.
Yeah. What do you guys see? What are you reading right now? So I give little charts and get guys to, really start to feel the wind and understand it.
Oh,
Because,
so you're reading it visually.
oh yeah, Mirage.
Got it.
The Mirage will give you your wind speeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What an awesome skill to
Yeah.
have.
That sounds. I'm like, I want to go.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
do it.
Yeah, we
You guys totally should.
100% should.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
brother and my dad have gotten into a lot of long range shooting, but they're also using a lot of tools, right? So
Yeah, a lot of
using
guys are using kestrels and all that, which, I mean, you know what, man, it's a tool. I killed my elk off a hard data card, which I made longhand. It was 730-yard shot, and I knew for that.
Yeah.
Right, it was a 3.9 mil hold. I'm a huge proponent for the tools, but I'm also a huge proponent for going out and actually doing the hard work. Like, you run the meter lines or yard lines, right? You run the yard, not run them, but you physically go back
Yeah.
each yard line, get your hard data on a piece of paper, duct tape it, do whatever you got to do to save that.
Yeah.
Because your Kestrel may go down. You're going to lose a battery. Dude, when it gets 30 degrees outside, batteries are smoked.
They're
right?
gone.
They're gone. What do you have?
Yeah.
Nothing if you don't have your card, right? You can always revert back to that. And I've got a book dating all the way back to like 2006 with different environments, different altitudes, different density altitudes, different temperatures, that's data, right? That I can always revert back to. Your Kestrel, I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just right now, right here at you, where you are. It's not giving you what it's happening at that target at 700 yards, right? It's not giving you any of that. It might give you a hold.
There's a time delay too on using the Kestrel on those moments, right, when you're hunting.
Yeah, dude, you're not gonna have time to like.
No.
I mean, my elk, I had a minute I had 4 hours in the prone because I spotted him. I saw he was laid, he was laid down and bedded. But I'm like, dude, I don't have. He's either gonna get up and go left or he's gonna get up and go right, and they were both wide open spaces. I'm like, awesome, right?
You're just like, this
done
is
deal.
over. I just gotta.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Wait him
lay
out.
in the prone and I'm gonna wait here.
Yeah.
But in the instance of if he would have got spooked, dude, you're talking 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And that thing would have been off and out. And it's the same thing for, being on, in country doing stuff, man. And there's no like time, well, let me get my Kessler out and swing it around 50 times to get the air temperature, right? Like, it's like, no, dude, that's a 350-yard target right now. Like, what's your dope, right?
Yeah, so they did their own dope charts as well,
That's
like
awesome,
our
dude.
charts. My brother used to carry it like on his arm, like a quarterback.
That's exactly what I did on my elk hunt.
Yeah.
I had a quarterback sleeve, man.
Yeah,
and
you-
it had it had the wind, everything built in there, so I knew exactly what to do, right?
It's
And that's
funny.
the way I've always been with that. But.
Yeah, it's so I killed my elk at 812, but it was due to the work that they did. They put in so much work. They built the gun. They
That's
put in
awesome,
all that
dude.
work ahead of time. Understood
That's
the
awesome.
gun, and so they were like, "This is your hold." I mean, they just kind of told me,
That's awesome, dude.
"Boom."
Yeah.
It was where it was at. He's got me beat though. He killed his deer at 900,
Yeah.
and then I switched to archery, so I haven't been shooting rifle too much.
I killed my mule deer at 780.
Yeah.
So I'm 730, 780, and my antelope was at like 285 or something.
A lot of people don't like the long range stuff, but personally, the amount of work that you have to put into it to do it correctly is you put the work in ahead of time.
Well, I think the ethical, it's always the ethical discussion.
Where you at, Mel? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's like you said, ethical discussion,
ethical,
and there's a difference in what you're doing and what a lot of people are doing.
Well, I think that, the guys.
The aim high shit and just
Dude,
send it.
It's
Well,
like-
I know people who have really fancy equipment, really fancy guns that can shoot 1,000 yards. It doesn't mean you should be shooting it 1,000 yards if you haven't done that.
Yeah,
work,
yeah,
right?
exactly right.
In my opinion.
It's ethical if you know what you're doing and you know
Absolutely.
you can make the shot and kill the animal.
Yeah.
It's ethical. I don't
Yeah, I
care if
agree.
it's 2 miles away, right?
Well, I think of it this way. If I'm walking down the street and a sniper takes me out, and they're good at what they do, I didn't even know
It
it.
doesn't matter if they were
Right.
at 100 yards. or
Yeah,
1,000.
you're not going to be like, oh, that
Versus-
felt like 100 yards. Or, oh, no, that was like
Yeah, totally.
350-ish.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Versus, right, like
The
Freddy
elk didn't
Krueger
know, man.
coming after me
Yeah.
and like doing a terrible job.
No.
So I agree that it's ethical if you know what you're doing and you have the confidence in
Correct.
that shot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think there are a lot of people who unfortunately don't do that.
Well,
Which is why they
saw
should
it.
go to your
Well, I
class.
saw it. Literally, Eli and I sitting there glassing this elk. I heard a guy shoot 8 times, and I'm like, I'm finding him. And I see him. I gauged it. I'm like, dude, he's 200 yards from this elk. Dude, you know how big elk are. I'm like,
Yeah.
how did you miss that?
Or he's just picking them apart.
Well, dude, and
Italian
I'm watching.
style, just breaking them down.
Well, it was the elk we were hunting. It was the one that I
No.
got. They missed him day 2.
Oh my gosh.
It was
With 8 shots.
8
200
shots
yards?
missed him.
That's wild.
And I see him
See,
running.
that guy
I'm
should
like,
not be
Take his
shooting.
hunting license away.
straight
He
up.
should not be shooting
He had
800
a,
yards.
and I'm like, bro, dude. And then my son even looked at me. He's like, whoa, dude. And I'm
That's
like,
wild.
my son knows his dope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows his dope for a 6.5 Creedmoor.
Yeah, we
Interesting.
my brother's spike elk hunt. It's funny. We videoed it. It was just like this perfect opportunity where I had like a camera behind us. I had a different camera like over him, and then I had mics on us. And so I had the dope chart, and so I was ranging
Yeah.
and calling out range, and then I changed it, and then he ended up coming in so close we didn't need the dope chart anymore. It was
That's
just kind of how
awesome,
it worked
dude.
down.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, the first couple call outs, you'll hear me like call it out and then dial, and then he's dialing, and then he cut down in the scan, he disappeared, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden he popped out 200. He's just like, take it all out.
Take it all out, man. Just
Send
hold
it.
center. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. My buddy came up for when I killed the elk, and he had it on his phone scope.
Yeah,
So I've got the full. You can see the trace. You know,
Nice.
the whole
Oh,
9 yards. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
dude,
cool.
So-
Invaluable. Yeah.
I have the same thing though. A lot of guys are starting to shoot archery at like 120 yards, and I feel the same way. Where there's like a part of me where I'm like, I don't know how you can make that ethical. But then those guys are shooting a lot, so maybe I'm just like being the same prick on the other side of the argument for the long range shooting. But the animals move so much. This is my argument on that, is that I've missed deer at 55 yards because they moved, and just they dropped and loaded up to run. Arrow goes over their back, right? The shot placement was great for where they were standing, just they moved. So I'm like, at 120 yards?
Well, the speed of sound is faster than an arrow, so of course they're going to hear it.
Yeah.
They're going to hear it.
So it's like if you're not compensating for that, then
I mean, an elk don't move too much.
yeah.
They just kind of, I mean, you shoot them and they stand there and just look at you because they're so freaking tough. Like I killed a cow in August with my bow, and I shot her, perfect shot, double lung. She turned around and looked at me, and then just
What the heck was that?
yeah, she was just looking at me, and then she started doing that like head nod and then just nose down.
Yeah.
But there was a moment because she turned around, I like looking at her, and then I could see a little bit of blood. I'm like,
miss?
yeah, that looks good. Like,
Yeah.
you're kind of getting an arrow out. Like,
Notch
I don't even know
another
if
one.
we
Yeah.
get
I'm
another
like,
arrow
oh,
at her.
dude. Yeah.
And then you start seeing the head bob. Yeah, it's that those long archery shots I think about a lot, because like a lot of these archery shoots now, they're having those 80 yards, 100-yard shots, and they're fun to take. Like I love going to Antelope's shooting range and shooting the 80 yards ones. But I'm like, it's for me, like 50 yards on a mule deer, absolute max. I have
Sure.
a pin to 60, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I've missed too many of them now at 55.
Yeah.
I'm like, it feels unethical now. It's getting to the point where I'm like, if I do hit them, I don't even think it's going to be a good hit.
Yeah.
And then now I've either wounded the animal or it's going to be this long pack out, and because he's ran 2 miles into the wilderness.
Yeah.
It's a difficult, the
Yeah.
moral situation in those moments of like trying to like decide whether or not you're going to shoot and like all that
Yeah.
situation. The
Yeah,
cow
it's
elk was actually one of those too, where she was in a herd, and I literally drew back. I had bushes ranged because I was like bedded down. My buddy was across the canyon, and we both had, it was a party tag. So he was 40 yards from some bedded down in front of him, and I was 40 yards from some bedded down in between the two of us. And the wind ended up coming out from him, and they busted it right into me.
Yeah.
So when I drew back, I had already ranged everything, so I didn't have to do anything. I was literally looking for one that didn't have one behind it, because it was all cows. It was all legal animals. But I'm like, I can't shoot you. I can't shoot you. I can't shoot you, because you're trying to find an actual like lone cow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had like a mini heart attack because I was like, I can't shoot any of them. Oh, no, I can shoot you.
Yeah.
Place to get shot.
Yes.
It's like, oh shit, this is all going to go. And I'm like,
yeah.
get one.
Yeah.
Teaching the next generation that, though, and we've talked about it slightly. So Mel was a game warden, so she's had these, the opportunity.
Where were you at?
In Winnemucca.
I
Have you seen me? Did
I
run
talked
into
to you one day.
Yeah, it was me.
I'm like, dude, you look familiar. She sits down. I'm like, I've seen her somewhere, man.
How'd it go?
Like,
How much was
good.
the ticket?
Okay.
No, it was nothing. Yeah. I can't remember. I passed you right there. We were up by Paradise Valley.
Yeah, Hinky Summit. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing.
That's
If-
cool, dude. I was like, yeah, that's where I know you from now.
See, if
Yeah.
I don't remember you, it's a good thing. It means
Yeah,
you did
no, I
nothing
didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do
right?
anything wrong.
If I know who you are, it's
Yeah.
You went to spit your gum out earlier, and she was like, "That son of a bitch."
no.
Yeah, dude.
No,
He's poaching up
you were
there.
just probably out.
Yeah, I was out.
Yeah.
I remember I had my M4 with me
Yeah.
in the truck. And
Did I look at you?
yeah, well, I told you, I can't remember. You asked me something like, do you have any guns? I'm like, yeah, I got my M4 in here. And it was me and my oldest boy, Eli.
Uh-huh.
And we were just going up to Inky Summit. We were going to go look for coyotes or something.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, right on.
Again, small
Awesome.
world.
Yeah.
Small world.
Because it's been a
Yeah.
while. It's been
Yeah.
a minute since I've been
Last
on board.
time we were out there too for his mule deer hunt. We had Game Wardens stop in, and they were cool.
Oh, yeah.
Super cool, man. I'm like, yeah, there's the meat, dude, and Yeah.
I've never had a bad experience with a
Never,
game warden,
dude.
because you have to treat the situation appropriately, right?
absolutely.
Mel came up to you and you
Yeah.
told her the information that she needed to know, and didn't get
Well,
any
we
red
passed.
flags.
We were passing. You were going.
Yeah.
You were going south.
Okay.
I was coming up on the flats there, but like right after the pavement.
like the ranches and
Yeah, and I'm like, it looks like a cop. So then I slowed down. I was like, So then I just rolled my window down. I'm like, she's gonna ask anyway, right? Like, what's going on? So I just stopped.
Yeah.
It was cool. Yeah,
And that's a good opportunity for your son to see, right?
absolutely.
It's like that's an awesome.
You don't have to be
thing.
scared, man.
No.
And because even the game warden came up this time,
yeah.
and he's like, Dad. I'm like, dude, what? We did nothing. Nothing's.
Yeah.
Everything's legal. Dude, you
You
don't have
gotta
it.
check your stuff.
You don't have a cap. Well, the day before we were up there and with a muzzleloader, right? And then, of course you can't have your primer in it,
Yep.
right? And didn't have the primer. The game warden stopped. So yeah, we check your gun. So I hand him the gun, right? And yeah, no primer. He's like, cool, man. You guys are
Doing the right thing. You got nothing to worry about.
Yeah. And I told him the same thing. I was like, dude, you did nothing wrong. Like, getting all nervous about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
What'd you do, bro? You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you got? What do you got? You know?
Well, we talked before too. Even if you do something wrong, then just lay it out and
Yeah.
work with
Yeah.
the warden.
100%.
You're going to get a ticket,
Yeah.
but
It's
as,
definitely
you know,
better.
Yeah.
It's better than lying,
And then
Oh,
get
yeah.
caught
and then you're just going to go down and
Yeah. Oh, I forgot I had that cap in there. Okay. Yeah. Right on. Yeah, you forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Most people are doing it right, and there was a couple camps that they'd camp in the same place every year,
Yeah.
and you'd see their kids growing up and getting their tags. It's really cool because
Well,
you come back year after year, and now
Yeah.
like the next kid's got their deer, and the
it's
next
so
kid's got
cool. Yeah. He gave him like a little certificate too
Oh, nice.
for his first hunt.
Oh,
Or
really?
Welcome to the Nevada Outdoors
Nice.
or something like
Do you
that.
remember who it was?
I don't remember his name.
Was it a man or a woman?
Two men.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a really long mustache. I don't remember his name.
Marcus?
Was it DeMarcus?
No,
Probably
I've
not.
got his name. It's on
McCusker?
who?
McCusker, maybe?
Mm,
I'm trying to think. A lot of them have mustaches, man. It's hard.
yeah, no.
It's hard.
DeMarcus didn't have a mustache.
He
I
didn't?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he didn't.
Okay.
So
I had people like on a unit boundary telling me that they had been hunting on the other side all morning and not realizing they were standing on the unit boundary.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's a good thing you didn't get anything because this is your unit boundary and your tag
Yeah.
is for over there.
Yeah, we passed one in Ely up on the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't even I think he was out looking for somebody doing bad stuff. Like
Yeah.
he was actually on
mission.
On
he's
a
on a
mission,
mission, yeah,
sure.
because he was like, oh, what's up? And I'm like, oh, we're just going up here. We got elk tag. We're going up top. He's like, sweet, man. Have a
Great,
good day.
have a good day.
And he takes off on
Yeah.
foot though to another spot. I'm like, oh, dude, something's going on.
In Nevada, that would be. I almost feel like if you're hunting the wrong unit in Nevada, you're pretty dumb.
You're dumb, dude.
But
They're
That's
all
almost
si-
impossible.
they're all
you're hunting a range.
dude, and
It's
they're all
true.
cut with highways.
I agree,
You know
but
what I
in
mean?
this
Oh,
case, in
yeah.
this case, it's like a combined unit for. It's a combined unit for deer, but not for antelope, and they had hunted for deer, and they just honestly they were dumb. They should.
Still
They
dumb.
you
Still
need to
dumb.
look. You need to know.
Yeah.
Like don't worry. They know now.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was one of those things.
Have you hunted in Montana?
Hmm.
That place. That's a
Oh,
place that
man.
you can hunt in the wrong unit
Sure.
because it's like you're walking and a creek.
It's
It
it's
divides
like
two
a
units.
watershed,
That's the
right?
Yeah.
They do the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Nevada's ranges.
Ranges,
they do the
ranges and
opposite, right?
roads. Yeah.
Ranges
and
and
then
roads.
theirs is water.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's all like watershed stuff. So like a creek, so there's a combo tag you can get. Well, you used to be able to get in Montana, and now they changed the allocation for non-residents, and it's freaking super hard to get. Used to be I could get it every year, go up there and hunt with my buddy in Missoula, and it's a really cool tag because it's deer and elk, and in archery season it's either sex for both.
Wow.
And so
Oh,
like
wow.
going all the way up there, and you get a whole month for archery, which
Nice.
is like this great amount of time. You can
Yeah.
go up there. I go up there for 2 weeks, hunt them in the rut. And a lot of the time it's like whitetail and they're like rabbits there. They're freaking everywhere. And if in certain units though, it's you can only kill a buck in this unit. This unit's
Oh, that's
both sex. The next one is only does. And you just you really had to know where you're at. And so it's you have to have on-X. And we literally carried the book with
Yeah.
us. And my first doe that I got up there, a lot of times you're hunting elk and a doe would jump out and it's like an opportunity to just grab some meat. And I was always like, I'm just going to shoot a doe. If a white-tailed deer presents itself, I have no problem just getting meat in the freezer.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back to elk hunting just so I come home
Yeah.
with something. And we were up there, doe jumps out 30 yards, standing there broadside. And I'm arrow knocked. And I'm looking at it on X. I'm like, this is the unit we're in. And my buddy's literally got the book out. He's like, yeah, you're good. But
Oh,
she
man.
was 50 yards from a creek that if she crossed that creek, she was in a different unit.
Ugh.
And I wouldn't have been able to shoot her over there. So
Yeah.
it was like, it's chaos
Gnarly.
over there.
Yeah.
But those game wardens up there, though, every single time I ran into one, they're, I mean, just awesome people. I mean, they're there to police the thing that you actually give a shit about, too.
Yeah.
So,
100%, man. Support it.
Yeah.
absolutely, dude. I'm a huge proponent of that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, catch these dirtbags that are out freaking poaching, man.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, it's you're trashing the culture
Yeah.
for the next. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, the next generation is gonna have more issues now.
Well, what I've always said is that
So-
anybody that poaches, they're not a hunter. They're a poacher.
They're a poacher.
That's completely two separate
Correct.
things.
Correct.
You know, you're not talking about the same thing.
No.
Hunting is, you're actually, biologists are setting allocation for the tags, right? And you are putting money towards the conservation of those animals and helping mitigate the populations and control that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's a whole ecosystem that you're
Yeah.
essentially establishing and helping fund.
Yeah.
That's hunting.
Part of the management process.
Yeah.
Yes, you
You know,
are part of
Ki-
the management.
You know,
process.
Kings River,
Oh, yeah.
dude. I've literally seen it up there, man.
Yeah.
So
that
what's
was
up
so.
with Kings River?
No, it's all the folks that are there that are working, right? Taking antelope right out of the fields and stuff. And I'm like,
Oh.
you freaking dirtbags, dude. Like, yeah.
It's a
Crazy.
it's a touchy subject.
yeah.
Touch it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I don't work for him anymore.
Yeah. Dude.
But a lot of those guys are potentially not legal.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so they don't get they don't even get a fishing license, right? Because they can't.
They can't.
They're not legal. They don't want to get hit, and the game. And we were under very clear instructions that we did not. If we ran into someone who we didn't think was legal, we were not reporting it back because that wasn't our priority, our main job. They'd still get a no license ticket, that sort of thing. I had a guy
And then
once.
never pay it, probably, right?
Well, usually the person they worked for would call you. So the rancher would be like, "Hey, heard you ran into,
Yeah.
my
Insert
guy
name
today."
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And I had one time a guy was fishing Thacker Pond, which is right there as you go into Kings River.
Yeah.
I'll make it quick. And as I see him, he sees me. You can see the highway, right? As you come down, you can tell who I am. And I see him toss a bag into the bushes. And I'm like, "Hey, how are you fishing today?" And he's like, "No English." I'm like, "Oh, ¿cómo estás pescando hoy?" He's like, "No."
Dude.
And I go, ¿Qué es en la bolsa? And I'm like, "What's in the bag?" And he goes, ¿Qué bolsa? And the fish in the plastic bag at that moment goes, and I'm like, "La bolsa?" And he's like, just like, shit, man. It's tough. You give them a ticket, but it kind of, a lot of times it doesn't go anywhere because
Yeah.
they don't exist in our system. So you get a phone call from the rancher.
Yeah.
"I'll take care of it. Don't worry." And then
Yeah.
he just calls maybe the judge or the DA, who's his
Yeah.
buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially up there.
Politics start.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough. That's tough. I
Yeah.
had another guy who was a sheep herder, and he, I come around a corner, he's dragging a bobcat. I'm like, "Hey," and he didn't speak Spanish. He was like Portuguese, like straight up Basco sheep herder,
Wow.
And so he just opens his phone, calls the rancher, and says, "Hey."
Yeah, handle this.
Yeah. Going back and just the next generation, that interactions and stuff are super important. And so, like, I really like the fact that, like, your son saw that interaction with a game warden, right? He now learned, hey, this is how you handle that situation. It's really, really great.
Yeah.
I hope when I start taking Nico out for big game hunting, I regularly typically run into a game warden.
Yeah.
Unless I'm hunting like backcountry stuff, but you run into them on the roads. Like, I want to run into them. I want to have an animal. I want to have everything legal and run into them and show them, like, this is how you handle that situation.
Correct,
Right?
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
So kind of what do you got working on big picture, right? You've had this career where you've were in the military. Now you're working in, I guess, the private sector, right? Do you have any, like, hobbies, projects that you're working on or trying to grow, personal projects?
No, man, not right now. I really don't have a lot of
Jealous.
other than just maintaining what I've got. But yeah, I mean, I've got a couple business stuff that couple ideas that I'm looking at right now. Acquisitions I'm looking at.
Okay.
So, more to follow on that one, but yeah. Which would be
Well, you got 5
Multiple.
kids to raise, so
correct.
that sounds like enough to maintain.
Yeah, no, that's a
at
good
this
one.
point.
Yeah, no, maintaining those.
Well,
that's
that is your hobby, right? That's your
it is.
project.
I mean, they're all in jujitsu as well. Like,
Nice.
they've been doing that for 4 years now. So,
Where do they train? I'm assuming you're training jiu-jitsu as well.
yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, Reno BJJ Collective, former Atos
Yeah.
Jiu-Jitsu, and then they had the big, sexual harassment deal go down, so they broke affiliation away from them and changed it to Reno BJJ Collective.
Great. It's so yeah. Nico, he took a break because he was in baseball, and it was just
Yeah,
they were like conflicting each other too much.
sure.
But I love that uncomfortable situations that jiu-jitsu put you in.
Totally, dude.
There was one day
Yeah.
he was just getting the shit kicked out of him by this girl that was like the same age as him, but she just was more advanced, just more technique, and she had her elbow like on the side of his face and just putting pressure.
Yeah,
And I was like, he was looking at me. I'm like, what are
figure
you
it
gonna
out.
do, dude?
Yeah,
Like,
figure it out.
You gotta get it out.
Yeah.
You got another 3 minutes of this,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't stop until that bell goes off, so
I
you
know
have to
it.
figure it out.
Yeah.
And I loved it because it was just that discomfort is a great thing to have, man.
Comfort, man. Comfort is a huge issue.
What helped him at the very beginning, he hated it, and then he came and watched me. And I'm a white belt. I'm very new to it. I've only been doing it for a year. He watched me get the shit kicked out of me
Yeah.
for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I get up and I'm like, you.
Yeah.
And I get the shit kicked out of me.
Yeah,
again.
your turn. Yeah.
Your turn.
Yes.
Kick my ass. And
Yes.
you just keep moving. He like watched me just like for 35 minutes, just never take a break. Just like, let's just keep
Totally.
going.
Totally.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm on pause right now because I was going to Gary Great's gym, and he's an awesome instructor. I loved it, and that's when I was working in town. But now that I'm working for myself out here, it's just harder to get all the way into town at the class times.
Sure.
So, but planning on trying to get back into it here in the next couple months if I can start turning HAViK into something a little bit bigger. So
Yeah.
just
Totally.
right now it's long days, and
Yeah. Yeah. For the kids, it's been invaluable.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a great thing.
Even for me as an adult, I mean, it's been invaluable. Really.
it's humbling, right? It
100%.
just puts you in your place.
Yeah. Because I mean, I remember going in my first couple classes. And it's like you go in and there's an 18-year-old kid that's just mops you up, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, and it kind of
Especially with your experience, right? Like,
totally, man. And it's like,
Yeah.
and I think back and I'm like, I mean, just it's funny. I was telling my buddy, which is actually the professor there.
Yeah.
He was saying like, because he was a Marine as well, and I'm like, dude, it's funny to think of our background and deployments and stuff
Yeah.
that we did and like all this stuff, and then you come in here and just get choked out by some kid. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, and it's like it's comical, man. And then, but it's that ego death, dude. That's a good place to get it.
Ego.
Get it
Yeah.
crushed,
ego
man.
death,
Yeah.
Get it crushed in jiu-jitsu for sure. So,
And what a great skill for a kid to learn super early on, right? Because
Totally,
there's a
man.
lot of people that don't learn it until it's way too late.
yeah,
Kid, grows up learning that ego skill at
Mm-hmm.
the very beginning to like check yourself.
yeah. And I mean, it's that whole pressure is what makes diamonds, right?
Yeah.
And these kids, man, once they understand that piece, like, dude, you're getting crushed every day and you still showing up.
Yeah.
You're building that resiliency,
Yeah.
just the mental fortitude to be able to push through hard times. And I think that for them is going to be it'll be invaluable in the future when they're adults.
And it
Absolutely.
never goes
Yeah.
away. There's
Never.
always somebody better.
Oh yeah,
you're-
you might be the best for like a minute.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, you might be the best jiu-jitsu practitioner for 1 minute on the planet. You might be the best scout sniper for 1 minute
So many
on the
moves.
planet, and then somebody else is going to move into that position, you not even knowing so.
Yeah.
Right. So it's maintaining that humble mentality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were talking about it where, I mean, I'm so early on, but there was guys that were blue belts and purple belts that were like, well, we were the white belts and blue belts.
Totally.
And I rarely beat this guy, even though I've been training with him for 3 years, because he's leveling up as I'm leveling
At the
up.
same
Yeah.
time.
It's like
yeah.
this ladder thing. You can just never get, unless they like stop for 6 months, you might catch them for a second.
Totally. Yeah.
But like, if they're just as if they're just as consistent as you are, then you're gonna progress equally, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's a wild thing. It's wild to me that you can go in there and have somebody that's 80 pounds less than you, half your size, just wreck your shit and
mop the floor, dude. Yeah.
Because there's the guys that are super long and giant that I'm like, even if I knew what I was doing, I'd just be like, at Gary's gym, there's 2 black belts that it's really fun to watch them roll because one is like, he's probably 5'1", and the other guy's like 6'4".
Yeah.
And they're black belts, and so they'll roll, and the one guy's like inside the other guy. He's like all the way around him, but he's just inside working and doing his thing. They'll roll for 5 minutes, and they're kind of flow rolling, right? They're not really aggressively going at it. But the movements and stuff, like they're just kind of this chess match of back and forth and back and forth. It's really impressive.
Yeah, that's the mastery level.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out a shrimp, bro.
Dude.
Like everybody's like, you got a shrimp. I'm like, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. And my defense got better. I was really working on my defense for a long time, but the shrimp thing is like, I'm still working on.
Sure.
I get it. It's just like, I think my movements are too big. I think I'm trying to do too big of a shrimp. Like, I think that it's more of that scooch, like you're working it yourself out instead of like this one, like, oh, I'm just going to lift him up and slide him out and get my knee out. And like, no, like once you get somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yeah. Jits is it's a game of grips, man. Really. It's a game of grips and understanding like,
I love it.
Where you put your hands. You know what I mean?
I like chess, right? It's,
totally,
it's
dude.
It's a chess match in which
it's an aggressive chess match.
Yeah.
Aggressive hugging. Yeah. It's really what it is.
Aggressive hugging.
It's aggressive hugging, man.
I love it. I guess so. So one last topic is, what's like one thing that you're really working on, bringing to your family for like values that you have, the thing that you're trying to teach your kids moving forward, especially now that you've moved out into having some land, more of that homesteading vibe. Like, is there something that you feel like you can't give up, that you have to teach your family? Like, this is the thing that you have to have as like your base, your foundation.
I think there's not one specific thing. I mean, I feel like raising kids and having a family and just trying to be that example really is it's a full gambit of skill sets and mentalities. So really, man, it's leadership for me is all about just showing up. You know what I mean? Be there when it counts and just be there when it's important. Just being there. And I think, man, that's a deep question, dude. There's just so many things that you could say, but just being a positive role model really for your kids. I mean, luckily my wife is like super chill and relaxed, and there's no arguing, in the house. Like there's no, so having them see kind of way that you communicate together, I think is good. But really, I mean, it's a lot of it is for me, it's more mental toughness. I think if I've got to really narrow it down, is mental toughness and not getting comfortable.
Yeah.
I kind of deep dove into a book, about a year and a half, about 2 years ago, The Comfort Crisis. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't read it.
Yeah. If you read it, you're going to stop, taking warm showers. You're going to turn the AC off in the summer, so just be careful.
I already do that.
Yeah.
You already do that, so it's all right.
Yeah, no. It's good. And it really deep dives into that whole comfort mentality, that as a society, we have found ourselves like, we're too comfortable. We're comfortable, right?
Yeah.
And it's the scary aspect of that is if it all changes overnight, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to have a real bad problem.
Yeah.
What's a, I don't mean to interrupt. What's that saying of hard times create hard men? Hard men create easy times create weak men. Weak men create hard times, right?
Yeah.
This is a circle?
Yeah, I think you're really close to it.
No,
It's something like that.
Yeah. And that's a fact. It really is. And, right now we're comfortable.
Yeah.
The lights are on.
Soft times.
We get water.
That's what it is. Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think just the resiliency, man. If I had to teach them one thing, it'd be to never quit.
Yeah.
Funny. Actually, my oldest boy, or second to youngest boy, Griffin, he had a jiu-jitsu tournament 2 weeks ago. Got crushed, dude. 3 matches got crushed. First match destroyed. Second match destroyed. And he's sitting there and he's sitting in his chair and I'm like, dude, what are you gonna do, man? What's up? How you feeling? he's crying, right? He's got snot coming down his
Yeah,
nose.
he's
Little
not
kid,
happy
right?
about it.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not happy.
Yeah.
He just got dunked on his head, you know?
Yeah.
And just in little kid fashion, you know, rubs his nose, gets the snot, puts it on his leg, you know, which we wipe it off, of course. But it's funny, he just does the whole kid thing.
Yeah.
And he goes back out there, gets destroyed his third match. I mean, worse than the other two. We're on the way home, driving home, and, you know, and I was like, well, what'd you learn, dude? And he's like, I just learned to never quit. And it gave me like chill bumps when he said that, because I'm like, dude, that I don't care. You could lose the rest of your life, bro. Like, if you keep showing up, man, and you never quit, dude, like, that to me is more invaluable than somebody that wins a lot and then loses and then quits because they lost and they can't crush that ego, right?
Yeah.
You know, so one thing, if I freaking kick the bucket tonight, it just is, if they had that mentality of I will never quit, you know, that's it.
Yeah.
So
Love it. Yeah. 100%. I mean, I could not
Well,
agree with you more on every aspect of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
If that's
Hey.
what that's what he said to you on the way home, right?
I mean, that was a proud dad moment, right? And I think, you know,
Like, oh, yes.
yeah, seriously, you know, and I'm like, dude, that's awesome.
Having that like almost, so there's like a difference. I've been talking to Nico about there's a difference between like ego and confidence,
Correct.
right?
Yeah,
You-
100%.
You can go into something knowing you can get the shit kicked out of you, but
Yeah.
confident that you're going to give it everything you got, right? And then if you get the shit kicked out of you, then you like go back and be like, okay, well, what did, like you said, what did you learn? What are you going to do next time? What
Yeah.
are you going to like, how are you going to move forward from that position?
Yeah.
And that's a huge difference. And so he's into baseball, right? So I got like a batting cage out there and I'm pitching to him and stuff. And there's like days he's like not into it. I'm like, dude, you got, like, if this is what you want to do, like this is your passion, you got to do it on your tough days. And when it's not going super well, like stop, take a breath and figure out, like reposition your thoughts, put yourself in a positive, confident position and then go back after it. So like, there's been like 2 times where he's like getting kind of a little bit like down. I'm like, dude, we got to have a pep talk. He's like, no. And then like all of a sudden he starts hitting well. It's like, hey, you just fixed his mindset. It's all in your mind. We talk about that a lot. It's just a lot. 90% of your problems
It's right there.
are
dude.
right there, man.
Yeah.
You put yourself in a good headspace and
Yeah.
you can accomplish a lot of things.
Yeah. Right time, right place, right attitude,
You start crying, poor me.
everything else. Yeah. Totally. No one's going to care.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah. Like I
You know.
said, like Mel said, man, it sounds like you're doing an awesome job raising the kids.
Hey,
and
yeah,
stuff.
it's hard. I mean, it really is. It's a hard job to raise kids, you know, and be present and not let the TV raise them and you know, try to be a positive role model. I mean, it's difficult, especially in today's world, right?
Yeah.
But I think if you kind of grew up with the values and that stuff is instilled and you can, you know, really check yourself as a parent, you know, I think kids are they're gonna turn out okay.
Shane, man, I really appreciate you coming on the podcast and chatting with us and stuff. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank
Absolutely.
you for everything.
Yeah, it's good
Thank
to
you
meet
so
you
much.
guys. Yeah, it's nice to meet you guys.
All right, that's a wrap for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in and surviving another hour of our nonsense.
Seriously, if you loved it, hit subscribe, follow, and leave us a review.
And if you hated it, still leave a review. We need validation, good or bad.
And don't forget to check us out on Instagram @SpreadHAViK for behind-the-scenes madness, terrible ideas, and moments where we actually get it right.
And make sure you sign up for HAViK Society, where we're dropping new episodes and other stuff that makes us sound way cooler than we actually are.
Oh, and tell a friend or an enemy. Seriously, make them listen. If they hate it, just blame us.
We've got some seriously great guests lined up, so buckle up. It's going to be a ride.
Until next time, stay curious, stay uncomfortable,
And keep spreading havoc.